Pidgin Live with Andy Boomatai. Ivala out plenty, that's no lie. That's what the Hammer Jang Gang like for see. When we tune in, we get that guarantee. Daily Pidgin Live with Andy Boomatai. Turn on the camera and let 'em fly. He just give 'em no more plan. Like we always say, if can. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we spread aloha far and wide. Ooh, Hammer Jang Gang and the Daily Pidgin Live.
How's it, gangy? And welcome to the Daily Pidgin Live. My name is Andy Boomatai, and I will be your chat moderator, JPO, hall monitor, whatever you like call me. And here at the Daily Pidgin Live, we practice aloha, which means we are courteous to each other, we are polite, and the reason is the people on this chat are the Hammer Jang Gang. Now, Hammer Jang Gang in Hawaiian Pidgin English, Hammer Jang means all mixed up, any kind, because people here are from all kind places, they're all kind colors, they believe all kind things, and they have strong opinions in many areas. But we leave the opinions that might start one argument at the door when we take off our rubber slipper. Okay? So here on this show, gang, we concentrate on what brings us together, what we have in common, not what separates us. Now, after the show is finished, you can go to the door, pick up your opinion, and leave with it. Right? More power to you. But when you leave and you put on your rubber slipper, all we ask is that you put on your rubber slipper and no cockroach somebody else's slipper that's more nice, and leave your bust up dog chewed boroboros for that person. Okay? If can, we appreciate it. We like to remind you that we are also multi-streaming into Facebook, into YouTube, and Twitch. And you will see the chat of all those places all put together, Hammer Jang, right here on this show. Okay? So, that being said, let's go to the chat window and see who's here today. Okay? Here we go. Boom. How's it, gang? This is the part that we call the romper room, because I like to say hi to, hey, there's Keola. Whoop, never clickanize them good. There's Keola right there. And there's Krista. How's it, Nani Aloha? And there's Medium 7-Up, a regular here. How's it, Miles? There's John Stenton and Wild Willie and Susan. How's it, Nanette? Mahalo for being here today, right? And there's Wendell, Opai Almoro, and Poipu Torres. Whoo, you remember Romper Room, huh? And I see Mochiko Chicken, and there's Poipu. Remember? But look, hey, mine get glass. How's that? Show class. Okay. Hey, how you, Ann? Oh, always nice. Hey, we seen you kind of plenty over here. Woo, what? We might have to get you an Hammer Jang Gang t-shirt, huh? Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Just love to hear your intro, Andy. Make me smile. And aloha Hammer Jangies. That's right. Are you, Brendan? And Lady K checking in. You see the K right there? Just the K? That's the lurkers. They don't like type. They're not the type who, wants to chat. But we ask them to give us the wellness check. Just hit the K. Push send. And if you're having one good day, no shame, capitalize them, okay? Mahalo, lurkers. Glad to have you here. Hey, how's it, Dana, coming in from the Facebook side? Ooh, plenty lag. Anyone else? Man, we'll see. Kind of hard to, keep track of everybody, because get plenty. How's it, Susan R? I see Andy. That's what she used to say. I don't want to say it because that sounds too much like, and I see Kelly Sky, and I see Opa Elmodo, I don't like big lot of that. By the way, for those of you who may be just joining us here, you notice we speak small kind Pidgin, okay? I'm not talking about the heavy Pidgin they talk back in the deep recesses of Makaha Valley. I'm talking about just enough Pidgin to remind those who may have grown up in Hawaii about their Hanabara small kid time, okay? So that's what's going on. You'll hear us go in and out because, plenty people and migrate and Pidgin kind of fade. So that's what we're doing. Hey, there's Kenny. How are you, Kenny? Over on the Twitch side, that's Kenny Roberts. Yeah. Let's see. We're going to be playing some of Kenny's music. Not today. I couldn't get to it, Kenny, because you just sent me some of that stuff, but I'm loving it, bro. Okay. Hey, Jason Ryan. Hey, mahalo for the wellness check, Jason. How you, beef stew? Too good, Corwood. All right. Kay here, also to help. Hey, Pualani on Twitch right there. Yep. In fact, today we did kind of a black hat session. How's it, Joe? Mahalo for the wellness check. And we were talking about Twitch, right? Now, what happens is we tried hard to get enough of the Hamajang gang over on Twitch so that we could get affiliate status. Well, we did it. Now they're, I had to give them some tax information because evidently you can make money on that side and they want to yada yada. But one of the things, good, I only understand small kind. Oh, that's good, John. Yeah. That's how. Anyway, wellness check. How's it, Claudel? So turns out on Twitch, when when you get affiliate status, right? So I can make custom emojis and do all this kind on Twitch. You can only broadcast into Twitch. The terms of the agreement won't let you broadcast to I know. That's what we do. So we talked about it today, during the Black Hat session, and we came up with this idea. What if we broadcast into Facebook and to YouTube, a Daily Pidgin Live, but on Twitch, we do a kind of different show where we talk about, small kind technical stuffs. I mean, not the kind real, hyperbolic, only 1% of the people understand, but talk about lighting, talk about sound, cameras, different things, because plenty people are doing stuff online now, right? Ooh, hey, aloha, Uncle. And Gangi, is that a Tori Richards? No, Tiki, this is not. Guess where? That's right, Kilo Hattie. I got this 4 years ago. Okay, so anyway, we're thinking about on Twitch doing something a little more casual. Maybe the guests I bring in there will be experts, like somebody I know who's into sound or lighting or cameras or even public speaking on how to vala'au like I do for an hour. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but maybe a public speaking coach might be able to give you guys some small kind tricks if you feel like doing it, and this can improve Zoom or Skype or whatever you do, right? Because I don't think, we're going to be offline anytime soon, right? But hey, if someone teach you how to speak good, hey, you don't have to just use that online. You can use them anywhere. So anyway, that's what we're thinking about doing on Skype. Let me know what you think, you guys. Whoo. Can you broadcast? Hold on. Oh, look at here. Look at the avatar. Oh, look, Spock with the shaka. Hey, can you broadcast to Twitch but record for rebroadcasting in other venues? You can. Yes, you can, John, but you have to wait like 24 hours after you POW broadcast on Twitch. But if you do a live show and it's a chat show, it don't make sense, huh? Because, like, hey, how's it? Hey, bro, how come you're not answering me? Because I'm already in my BBDs on eBay looking at cars I can't afford. Sorry. I get too nervous to talk in front of a lot of people. Well, what I'm saying is maybe that's some of the things we can talk about. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, look, Chris, solid. Woo, Mimi. Off. There's the K right there. Glad you're doing well, Mimi, because I noticed that K is capitalized. How's that? Hello, Uncle, and the Hamajang Gang. That's from Lance right there. Spock with the shaka. Love it. I know. Mean that one. People, bro, can borrow your avatar. I don't know. I think we got a new avatar star right there. Spock with the shaka. Thomas Robinson. Ooh, hey Susan R. Aloha sister. Oh, there we go. Somebody get one nice dog, huh? Hey Kyle, mahalo for the care, bro. Glad you doing okay. Catch. That's right. Wow, power went flash and shut everything down. Oh, I hate when that happens. It's just go, poof, but just enough to, cause trouble, huh? I know. It's a rough one. You should look into using live view and doing real-time holo holo when you can on Twitch. I did that for 4 years in a show called In the Car. Wasn't live, but I drove around a lot, and I'm trying to do something else. Again, the Twitch thing. It looks like it may be, I don't know what we call it, Black Hat Session. Hi, Auntie Bagel. I hope you're okay. I know you and, you was kind of AOL there for a while. I got the message on Facebook. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, did you discuss a time slot, and do you have the time to do a second show? Shakalaka, no, we did not discuss a time slot, but we did discuss, do I have time to do a second show? And what happened, I go to eBay to look at instruments I can't afford. But Shakalaka, what we did talk about was how it would be a casual thing. Because today, right, I guess it was about, 10 o'clock or something, I went on and I thought, and we talked for an hour and 15 minutes or something. But if it's just me, and sharing stuff, it won't be like a real, I was going to say, slick show like this one. And anybody who watches regularly knows why I am more laughing. But, it will be more casual and more, a talk story kind, yeah? Instead of, playing videos and doing kind. But again, the emphasis may be on, I don't know what to call it, like home technology or, small kind technology or Black Hat Session or something that doesn't imply that I'm an expert, because I am not. Tet Jet, aloha and how's it from Talent Ohana in Idaho. Talent Ohana. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry, Tet Jet. I like that part though. Mean. Hey, how's it, Mark? Aloha from Tennessee. Ace. Oh, you're Ace. Oh, okay. Sorry, Kamoela man, how you? There he is coming in from, yep, you guessed it, Kamoela. In fact, we have one of his, I'm going to use your Four Turtles. Four Turtles is like the intermission video that we throw up after we talk to the guest. It's about 4 minutes long, just allow, let people go, bathroom or grab a lovely beverage or whatever they like. Hey, fish all day and then come home in time for watch the show. Life is good. Hey, mahalo, Lance. And I hope you and hook some Ono buggers, Hey, mahalo, Uncle Lono. If you hear, I got the music and I like it so much. Oh, you got them. Oh, mahalo, Uncle Lono. If you're here, I got the music and like it very much. Yes, Lono, you hear his music here. Let me turn it up just for a little while. This is Lono's music. And what Lono did was when we interviewed him, he said, "Hey, contact me and I'll send you the playlist, a playlist free of charge." For a limited time, and that time is POW, by the way. And he said plenty people when asked for that. But he did say that he wouldn't save one for Uncle Black, just in case. Uncle Black is a big supporter of the show, together with the Hamajang Gang. Okay. How's it, Andy? Checking out the Twitch side. Hey, mahalo, Tube Dude 4. Really appreciate that. There's Mark Hill sending one shaka. How's it? Aloha ahi ahi, Andy, from Sherry Reed. Hey, aloha ahi. You must be on East Coast or something, huh? If you make it ahi ahi, that's nighttime, that. No, as opposed to Aiki'ala day. Well, this is the afternoon. What is that? Awinala? Aloha awinala. Yeah, get kakahiaka, right? And then awakea, that's right. And then ahi ahi, which is night. So you add the aloha and you get them. Aloha awinala. Okay. Hey, how's it, Andy? Hey, Tommy, how you, brother? Bruh, I saw you on TV with the mask talking about, and I read your I think Facebook post. Tommy Silva owns TNT Tinting here in Hawaii, which is recognized nationally as the #1 tinting company in many areas. Okay, and when I say areas, I mean tinting and windows and that kind of areas. But hey, Tommy, bro, mean. And I loved how you started your Facebook post with, I'm not usually the kind to rant, but, and he was voicing his opinion on the shutdown, how they made all the companies go through bells and whistles and jump through hoops and spend money to, satisfy one condition, and then went, we're closing down, sorry. So appreciate that, Tommy. Hey, there you go. I also brought one of Lono's albums, and I'm delighted with that. Yeah, Shakalaka, somebody asked, hey, how can we donate to Lono? Because he gives away so much stuff. You know what? Just buy one of his albums. That way you get an album, and he gets, right? Go to lonomusic.com, and you can hear this kind of sweet tunes. That's right. We run it through the whole show. Yeah. Let's see. In fact, one of his new tunes is going to be on the intermission video today. Hey, Chris, how you, brother? Where you stay? Look at that right there. I stay here, over here in Eureka, Missouri. Wow. Chris is our truck driver friend. He's all over the country and always checks in. Mahalo, brother. Stay safe. You know the groove, right? Rubber side down. Ooh. Pinging from UNC. Man, I don't even know what is that. You gotta be Spock for be able to pronounce that one, John. Sorry, but you know me, I'm not that good with strange kind of names. Look at that. Let's take another look. That's Greville D. Not easy like, Kamako Vivo Ole or Kalani Ana Ole. Right? I know, hard that kind. Hey, hello, Andy and gang. How you, Steve? Yosh, is it? Nanette, we are stuck, or is it time and I should reboot? I don't know. I don't know what you... Oh, you know what? Let me check the feed here. Okay, Facebook is okay. YouTube, let me try rebooting my YouTube here. Oh no, YouTube is okay. Yeah, YouTube is okay. And then Twitch is okay too. So, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, What I would do is, you might try rebooting. Yeah. On YouTube, we have 97 people watching and 37 likes. So, hey, if you guys false crack the like button. You know that we're trying to make that couple happy. You know who I'm talking about. Antilytics and Mr. Algorithm. Yeah, those two. Those guys fickle. Those buggers, they love to see the likes. And the reason we like to ask for likes, not so I can make taran. Oh, hey, look how many likes I get. But when you do that, YouTube puts you in the suggested category more. And we're trying to reach as many migrated Hawaiians as we can and bring the aloha to the world. That's right. Because, hey, think about it. When the rest of the world gets it together, they're all going to be the Hamajang gang. Oh, okay now, mahalo. It's okay now. There you go. Hey, you can donate to Lono on his website, too. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Tina Rose. Right on. Okay, I'm doing a pretty good job of staying at the bottom of our chat. Hey, what, Chris? How's it, Andy? Thanks for the info on how to get Lono music. Appreciate it. lonomusic.com. You can email him, too. He's lono@lonomusic.com. Right, flowing fine. Mahalo, Brian. That's my friend from Canada there. For 11 years, we've been doing, he's been watching online. Way back when we were doing all kinds of stuff. I won't get into that. That was bleeding edge, not leading, bleeding. Ooh, the world needs aloha. I hope so. They would appreciate it, but it's just like, sashimi. Some people, I don't know, they wrap their mind around, they don't like eat them, and they're missing out. But like my dad used to say, oh, eat sashimi. Oh, no. Oh, good, more for me. Now it's kind of like that with poi, yeah? Ooh, this world needs aloha. Well, it's like what Jerry Lopez was saying when we interviewed him. You know what? You find it when it finds you when you're ready. If you're not ready, the thing just bang off your head. So we're going to have Jerry back too. He sent me a nice text message saying, please, I enjoyed it. Let's do it again. How's that? Always on the bleeding edge. Yeah, we let some blood on this show, didn't we, Curtis? Hey, Gene. Gene, is that Jeannie or Gene without the I don't know. Aloha, Andy and Hamajang Gang. I'm on Facebook tonight. JC. Oh, a little private conversation going on there. While Willie's saying, how's it to Corey? Okay. At the top of the hour, we're going to bring in our guest, Bill Kirchenbauer. This is a comedy friend of mine for many, many years. We were at the Comedy Store together. He went on to, do the Tonight Show. He was a regular on Make Me Laugh. Remember that TV show? Yeah, and he went on actually to get his own TV series for a while. And, which was the holy grail when we were all at the Comedy Store. No way, Bill made it, And then, we'll talk to him about what's going on. And he's talking about, we'll let him tell you. Andy, did you play your ukulele today? Practice makes perfect, Krista, I'm not a musician. I don't have that, when I play it, I don't have that love, and the last thing I need to do is obsess on something else. And my fingers are still sore from yesterday. Just what did we learn? 3 chords or something? I know. But yesterday's guest was Steven Espanola, and he was such a good sport because I had serious technical difficulties, which is the reason I'm wearing earphones today, because when we started the show, my in-ear monitors, the fancy ones you cannot see, boom, just as I was going on, boom, and I couldn't believe it was these. Stupid me, I should have tested that first, but no, I went into, activity monitor and it was rebooting software. I was panicking though, you could probably tell. I'm sorry. Uncle, your ukulele playing was good. Oh, mahalo for saying that, but that's because you heard me and Steven being very nice. But if you ever heard him really play, I've said this before, it makes me want to take my ukulele and make a lamp out of it. I know. That would be a nice lamp, yeah? Especially if you could still play it. Choke on spit. Oh my goodness. Ah, there you go. Okay. Oh, Shakalaka, you play music today or what? Ooh, see? You open the floodgates now, Shakalaka. People gonna ask you. Ice water. I never used to drink ice water when I spoke. I always heard it was bad, and when I did it, I did. And now it helps. I don't know. Must be an age thing. Is everyone in California and Oregon and Washington okay today? I saw the fire tornado. What a scary. Well, thank you for asking, Keola P. We hope everyone is doing well in those barbecue areas. Yeah. Please do not end up being smoked meat. Hey, aloha, Andy. Made it. Aloha, everyone. Whoo. LOL. Hey, Lona, people were asking about, people were saying thank you. They're loving your music that you sent them. And they were also asking how they can donate. I said, hey, buy one album. And then someone said, hey, you can go to his website and donate money there if you want. We like support because you hear that in the background. That's right, brother. That's all you. Hey, Popolo brother, with Take. The fires. Oh, brother, stay safe. I know. Ooh, too much smoke in Central California. Oh, man. Yeah, I know. So sad. I'm having fun. Sacramento, smoke out. Wow. Hey, look. Hey, I went by Lama Lama sweet smelling kind stuff this morning so I can smell like Hawaii. Maybe I can attract fish when I go fishing or something better. Yeah, Lama Lama perfume. That is Steven Espagnola's wife. He mentioned his wife is doing, so we went to her website, Spakanizum Small Kind, and the unique thing about this perfume is when people smell it, they go, wow, I don't know why, but remind me of Hawaii. I know. So anyway, that's Lama Lama perfume. Oh, Wilford. Oh, Wilford, what K today? Okay. All right. Hey, Bill, if you're lurking, we're gonna try bring you in here. And fingers crossed, you know how it goes. It's always touch and go when we make this kind. And by the way, I think it was Gary who mentioned trying to bring up the voice of the person I'm interviewing. Okay, I worked on that today, so please let me know, because like my voice was here, and the person I was interviewing was down here. So I found a setting, and I went mess with them, small kind. So we see. Right? Corey. Oh, plate lunch perfume. Oh, I'm so attracted to you. What are you wearing? Oh, this is mixed plate. Ooh, I think I smell that extra mac salad. Oh, so great that you are getting better, Cisco. Oh, yeah. You are healing by the minute. Yeah, Cisco hurt both his legs, but you see he never lost his sense of humor, and actually got a date from one of the nurses in the hospital. Oh, hey, it rained here today in Michigan. Yeah, I think winter is coming. Oh no. Okay, well, you're gonna see plenty of animal tracks in the snow. If you don't know, Keola P is our 10-year-old. We call him Young Blood. That's Tegan's brother. She's 13, but yeah, he has his own YouTube channel. That's right, Keola P 31. If you want to check out, he does a lot of nature stuff and small kind of bugs and caterpillars and cocoons, all kind of cool stuff. Anyway, oh. I just made mac salad. Oh, send me some. I love mac salad. Do you put shoyu on your mac salad? That's a real local thing, yeah? Ooh. Who get mac salad? I know, right there. Who made the salad? Who? Okay. Okay, let's try to bring in Bill Kirchenbauer. This is my friend. Again, you probably saw him on Make Me Laugh, or maybe The Tonight Show, or maybe at the Comedy Store, or on tour. You know, he was a road monster like me at one time. Let's see what he's doing. We'll try to bring him in. Sounds good. Looks good. Nope. I see us. Bill Kirchenbauer.
Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Bill. Let me turn the background music down just a little bit there for you.
Let me adjust this light behind here.
Huh?
Hold on. Let me adjust this. The thing is,
you got to go to Circuit City and get a bigger towel. Yeah.
There, you had to look at my ass for about 5 seconds.
Well, that's okay. You know what? It's not too many techno nerds that know to use the CompUSA light suppressing towel.
Yes. The old thing is always shoot with the light behind you and separation.
Yeah, you look good.
I should get a blue screen. I could put a nice background to it.
Ah, okay. Well, wait.
No, that's okay.
Hey, Bill. First of all, where are you coming in from?
I live in Austin, Texas right now. I've lived here for about 14 years, since 2005. So that's 15 years. Yeah, I moved here so my son wouldn't have to go to a high school that looked like a federal prison in North Hollywood. And I saw what kind of house I could live in compared to North Hollywood. And so we moved here, and I've lived here for 15 years. I live outside of Austin. It's a great town. It's hilly, and what I call it, the hill country.
Oh.
Hey there, Brendan. Brendan is there.
Yeah,
this is next, and all friends of Andy's. Steve Yosh, aloha. And so we came here, and it's a nice country. It's got hills and lakes. It doesn't look like any other part of Texas. It's not flat. It's not, doesn't look like Texas. They call it the hill country, and I like it. It's kind of has a little bit of a California feel to it. Oh. And hey, Nani, aloha. And I've liked it, but my son went to high school here, and I like it. I can't drive down the street to Warner Brothers anymore and audition for shows. Yeah. But I like living in the middle of the country too, because then when I lived in LA, you want to go to New York, it was 6 hours away, and vice versa. Here in the middle, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the country, I'm like 2.5 hours from anywhere. Oh. Unless I fly Southwest, and then I'm 9 hours from anywhere.
So speaking of shows, how's the whole Rona thing, affected the live show thing? I know you did that a lot.
Not good. I've got lots of friends of mine, and they're not working. It's just changed things. I don't think it's going to stay like this forever, but it's put a whole, as my dad would say, a whole big kibosh on the entertainment thing. I mean, look, Vegas is shut down, and I would imagine a lot of the shows that normally went on in Waikiki there have shut down.
Everything.
Let's see. Here's a girl. Here's a girl says she's in Round Rock. Yeah, Round Rock.
Yeah, the Bonya.
Yeah. It's Austin is really growing, and it's a great. They shoot a lot of movies here. I've done a few things here, and I like it. I like it. Wow. But I'm moving on. I lived for 30 years in Los Angeles. I got there when I was about 21 years old, and I was there for 30 years. Wow. And it's different now. You don't have to live in a lot of places to do things now with the computer and all that.
When we were doing during the Road Monster days, I used to tell people, I live in LA, but I'm never there. Do you remember those days? Yeah. Just every week in another town. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about how you and I first met. Do you remember? I do.
Okay, go ahead, man. It's your interview. I'll let you drive
I
it.
remember there was a guy who I think he was in the Navy. He was like an officer in the Navy, and he started that little comedy club called the Comedy Corner.
Oh, yes.
It was over there by the airport,
Uh-huh.
and kind of in an industrial warehouse area.
Yeah.
And it was where I was only told it was the Mad Greek used to have a restaurant there, and I would never saw it. And people used to tell me, "Oh yeah, the Mad Greek was here." And I guess some guy used to serve you dinner, and then he'd lift tables with his teeth and spin them around, and stuff like that. And that was the first comedy club, I believe, in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long it stayed up. It was very strange. I remember they had a buffet there, and again they had this idea of bringing people in on buses and dinner and a show kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the carbohydrate parade of food with nothing, mashed potatoes, macaroni salad, rice, fried rice, boiled rice, bread.
That was the starch buffet.
Yeah, and it was really a starch buffet. You could dip your suit in there; it would stay stiff forever. And I remember they brought in some woman, and she was with an older woman with another friend of hers, and they had chicken wings. And the woman turned to the other woman and said, "Chicken wings? I don't even eat chicken wings at home." And that's pretty much the way it was. It wasn't there very long, but you came in, and we became friends. And I went to see you. You working at the Royal Hawaiian then, in that big room there. Yeah. And I went to see you, and you put on a hell of a show. I was very impressed.
Yeah, we had the what I think it was 15-piece band and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah. I thought, wow, this guy's got it set. I mean, you were up there and you were killing it, and I think you were the. Oh, and then that's when you just put out your All in the Ohana show. Yeah. And I watched that and I go, wow, this guy's really got it going. And you were funny. Still are.
It's funny at that little club you were talking about, the Comedy Corner there. You know who else came through there? Jimmy Walker, Jay Leno.
A lot of people, yeah.
I mean, a lot of heavy hitters, but it just never stuck. It was just too much. It was in a dumpy place. It was
in a warehouse. It was a good place for a murder.
Yeah.
It wasn't down where they had to go get people to bring them. And then I think, and I went there probably 2 or 3 times, but I remember one time after you'd done your show and I did mine, you said, I don't remember, it was a Sunday afternoon. This is a story. I don't know if you remember this. You had just bought a brand new red Porsche Carrera.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And you said to me, let's go for a ride. And I said, okay. So we get over there, and I guess it was kind of west of the city, kind of out in the country. And
Waianae.
Go ahead. What?
No, I was going to say we were heading out to Waianae. That's where I grew up, out there on the west side.
Yes, because you took me to the neighborhood. I was going to get to that in a minute. Yeah. And so you go on, and I don't know, it was out in as country as you could get. Out there, and you were racking it up. I think you were going close to 100, if not over 100. Yeah. And all of a sudden, woo! And I go, oh shit, that's pretty fast. Yeah. This is not like 60 and a 30. And the guy pulled you over, and he got out, and he walked up there, and he had his thing ready. And he looked at me and goes, "Hey, Boomatai! Hey, how you doing, man?" And you shit with the guy, and he said, "All right, you go ahead, man. How fast you go on this? Go take off." And I thought, shit. Who gets stopped by a cop at 100 miles an hour, and the guy just lets you go? Okay, so then we go a little bit further, and you say to me, "You want to drive the car?" Uh-oh. And I thought, sure. I mean, I never driven like a Porsche Carrera. So we switched sides. You pull over, and I switch sides. And I get in, I turn it on, and I put my foot down. And I went about 200 miles an hour for about 30 feet and almost drove it off into a ditch. And you went, okay, that was enough. Thank you.
You were driving.
It was like a bullet.
Yeah, but you were driving a sports car. Weren't you driving a Subaru or?
I had a Saab. I had a Saab 90, but that was not like this thing. This is like a bullet with wheels. I mean, and I practically ran it into the ditch. You were like, oh, okay, there's another. and then I was going to say, I mean, also that you took me to the neighborhood where you were raised.
Yeah.
And it was very, shall we say, humble.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, you said this is where I grew up, and it was very, and I thought, wow, this man's done a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Pulling himself, making something out of his life, and doing good.
One of the things I remember whenever you came to Hawaii, and I've mentioned this to a lot of people, you had a knack for finding great restaurants.
I do. I love Hawaii. It's the crossroads of a lot of Asian food. The first Korean food I ever ate was in the bottom of that hotel where they used to keep the comedians. That's one thing they did do. They had a nice condo where they would live.
Yeah.
But right there, it was a condo across from that, what is it, Fort DeRussy?
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Fort
was
DeRussy.
a big tall, it's probably still there. But they had a Korean restaurant in the bottom. And I went down there unknowingly to eat because it smelled good. And I went in there, was by myself, and I ordered some food. It was like pork or something. And they started bringing it out, and I was frying it, and I thought, wow, this is like something. In retrospect, that was the first Korean food I'd ever had. And I love Hawaii. They have great food.
But I'm saying, when we were on the road, you had a knack for wherever you...
Yeah, I can smell a good restaurant.
That's... How do you know? I mean, do you look at it, or you just go in?
It's kind of a feeling about it. First of all, if you go in and there's nobody else in there, that's a good clue.
What is that good?
I have just a knack for being able to smell a good restaurant. I like food, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to experiment. But I like Hawaii. I like the little diners there that serve the Hawaiian food, and again, it's a big mixture. There's great. I love the downtown Chinatown kind of. I remember. I think we went to a dim sum place. I don't know if it's still there. It was a big hall. Big hall.
Yeah.
The way Chinese dim sum should be served.
Yeah.
And it was down there, and I don't know. It's just fabulous.
When we were at the Comedy Store, and you probably remember the tiers of success as they were. I mean, not in tears, but tiers.
Right.
It was always, you worked the OR, and then you got the main room, right? And then somebody came in, they saw you, and then you got a TV series, and then you were, yada yada, right? Well, you actually took all those steps. Tell us about what it was like to get that your television series. You were the star in that, right? What was it called?
Yeah, I started. Well, it was a long road. It was started with the stand up, and I started out in the Valley. Murray Langston, the unknown comic.
Sure, I know Murray.
Murray. Murray had I don't know what got into his craw, but he decided he was going to have a comedy club out in the Valley. It was called the Showbiz. It was at the corner of Victory and Lancashire or something, and it was right in the heart of the comedy underworld.
Yeah,
there's nothing there. He used to do this joke, and it's true. It used to be a lesbian bar, and then he bought it. He said it used to be a lesbian bar. It had a pool table, but no balls. And but he started there, and that's where I met. That's where I first met Letterman. Yeah. He came into town with a beard and the pickup truck, and Michael Keaton did comedy, but he went by the name of Michael Douglas at the time. Yeah. He came in there. Deborah Winger was a waitress.
Wow.
And so, and a lot of the times there weren't but maybe a few people in the audience. But I wanted to get good before I went to the Comedy Store. Yeah. I wanted to have my shit together a little bit better than just kind of Monday night. So I went and I worked a place called the Jazz Club out in the Valley. Jazz audiences are the best because they listen.
Sure.
They're real listeners.
Yeah.
And I liked playing for them. But I kind of got my little act together doing inanimate object impressions, my garbage truck impression and things like that.
I remember that. You used to start your show with that.
Yeah, I used to start my show with that. I kind of quit. It wasn't PC correctly because I did the black guy and the Hispanic voices.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only people that complained to me about it was the white people. They'd come up and go, "Oh, you shouldn't do that," the blacks and Hispanics, they always go, "Hey, that was pretty funny, man."
Yeah. Well,
But I kind of got too known for that. So
Yeah.
I just, you want to grow, you change stuff,
Yeah.
So my act grew, but I did that for a while. But I will tell you an interesting story. They opened up did you ever work at the Westwood Comedy Store?
yes.
Yes, well, I was,
Yes.
and that was kind of like the second brother to the Comedy Store. It was
Yeah.
in Westwood, and it didn't have quite the crowds, but it did well, especially on the weekends, big college crowds, because it was right there next to UCLA. But, it was a great place to work these things out. You got about 10 minutes, and then go up there and work out new stuff. And I did that for about a year, like 5-6 times a week, and after, a year or two, you get your act together. Anyway, one night I was at the Comedy Store Westwood, and this place stayed open till 1 o'clock in the morning, so you might get your time slot might be at 12:30. So but this was a late one. There were only 2 or 3 people in the crowd, and I was doing my act, and I see this couple of people come in the back door. When you're up on stage, the light's in your face, you can't really see. So I tell this thing about 3 or 4 people come in and go across the back and go over and sit in a booth that was kind of the power booth in the corner there. And then I saw some of the other comedians who were hanging around waiting to get on, or hanging around just to watch and stuff, kind of go over there and they start talking. Next thing I know, there's like 6-8 people over there in that corner kind of talking. And again, there's only 3 or 4 people in the audience and me, and I'm doing my act. And I said, finally I said, "Hey, shut up, huh? Will you? Shut up. If you're going to talk like that, get the fuck out of here. Go outside."
Hey, Bill, we got a lot of young kids watching this show.
Oh, we do? Oh,
Yes,
I didn't
we
know
do.
that.
Yeah, sorry, but I should have.
I didn't know
think
that.
I mentioned
Anyway.
it when Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so that's what I said.
Yeah.
So I see this group of people get up and they go across and they go out and they walk outside, and I finished my act and I got off the show, and the guy comes up to me and goes, man, he says, "You just might as well pack up your bags and go home." I said, "What?" He said, "You just kicked Merv Griffin out of the comedy club." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "That was Merv Griffin sitting in the back with his producer and all the comedians, and then you told him to get the out, and he did." I thought, "Oh my God, what am I
Merv,
done?
he was the biggest thing happening in show business at the time.
I know. And then and I went home and I thought, "Oh, what have I done? My God, not a good idea." So at the time I had a beard and wore puka shells, and that weekend I got kind of drunk with a girlfriend of mine, and she shaved off the beard and I threw away the puka shells, which I picked up in Hawaii. And so I looked different, and about a couple weeks later he came in again and I was up on stage, and he left, and then a couple days later I got a call from his producer. "Hey, Bill, Merv was in the show the other night, and sorry, I thought you were funny. Wanted you to come on the show." And I thought, oh, he must have not recognized me. And so he was nice. Merv was a very nice guy, very accessible. You could walk into the offices and go upstairs and knock on his door and say, "Hey, Merv," and go in and talk to him. He was real accessible. Wow. So so I'd done about 3 or 4 of his shows.
Hey, Bill, during one of those talks with Merv, did he ever say, "I'm so glad you're here, because last week I saw this guy with a beard and some puka shells"? And
No, but he did make a joke. But like I said, about 3 or 4 times into it, I was backstage with him, and and I said to him, "Hey, nice to be on the show again." And he says, "Yeah." He says, "You have a good show." He says, "Please don't tell me to get the out of my studio, okay?" So he did remember it. I didn't fool him.
I thought you. He says. "By the way, the whole witness protection thing isn't working, man." I recognized you, man. But but did he have anything to do with you getting the series?
No. The series was just I had studied. I'm not like a trained actor. I mean, I've done some stuff, but not really like go to New York and study and all of that.
Stanislavski.
I studied him. I studied mime for about 3 years to meet girls, and I didn't meet any girls, but I learned how to do mime. So I think that's why I was so physical. And I did that. Then I studied improv. And I did that, and it kind of taught me how to think on your feet. Real improv is good for you. It teaches you kind of how to improvise and think on your feet. And so I just started auditioning. I get part in this and part in that. And I got Mork and Mindy. I did Mork and Mindy's and some other things. And And then I did Airplane. I was in Airplane. Been driving with my dad. Then you hear, gang. Okay.
No, this is Keola. He's 10 years old here. Gang.
Oh,
if you ever been driving with my dad, I've heard those words.
Oh, I see. Anyway, so
yeah.
So I just part after part, and then one time I got a call. I lived in North Hollywood, and I got a call to go over to Growing Pains as they were auditioning for some part, and I thought, but I went over anyway, and I didn't get the part. But about 2 weeks later, they called my agent and said, hey, we really liked Bill, but that part wasn't right for him, but we got this other part of this coach. And you know what? He doesn't even have to audition. He can just have the part, which is unheard of. I mean, they always make it. So they just gave me the part, and I did the part, and then it was a big hit, and I did about 6 Growing Pains. And then one day I was at home, and the phone rang, and my producers were on the phone. My wife said, what's the producers there? They want to talk to you. And I thought to myself, what did I do? I thought I was in trouble.
That's exactly what I would have thought.
What did I do? What did I do? Did I have my finger in the wrong position during the editing session, or did they? What were they? I don't know. What was the problem? And so I was like, yeah, hi. And they said, hey, Bill, we just got a meeting from ABC, and how would you like your own show? And I thought, well, sure. So that was just kind of it. And they had already worked out the characters. I wish they'd worked with me a little bit more as to what I kind of would have been more comfortable with.
But you know what? I'll tell you something, Bill. A lot of guys, they did the steps, and then they got the series, and then they realized, this isn't the end all brass ring you think it's gonna be. Did it work out like that? No, you don't have
the power. Now I worked with Robin Williams, and Robin Williams had all the power in the world. They allowed him to improvise. When I was on the show, they allowed me to improvise. My guys really wanted me to just kind of say what they wrote, so I didn't get to play as much with it as they. So I found that kind of a disappointment. But hey, it lasted 3 years, and then it was on USA Network for like Bill, 7 years. I've done other things past that, and I'm glad it happened.
But you know what? It seems odd that they wouldn't let you do your own thing, because, like, take for instance, what was it, Make Me Laugh? How long were you on that show?
Well, that show was on for about 3 years. I think I did about 12 weeks of that.
Yeah. But I mean, after seeing that, you'd think they'd go.
It's two different. They had a sitcom and the stand-up are two. Writers. When you get into sitcoms, the writers they feel threatened sometimes. I think that's what this was. They want you to write what they. Some writers don't care. Will let you kind of play with their material. Other writers, they want you to read exactly what they wrote.
Right.
And I know that, but that's what I do. I mean, I improvised 2 endings of 2 movies that I was in. Skate Town, USA. I'm practically the last thing in it. Yeah. And I did this crazy guy, kind of like the character I played in Airplane. Yeah. But they didn't have an ending for the movie because it was just about skating. And then I did Full Moon High. I did with Adam Arkin. Yeah. And they didn't really know how to end the movie, so I just started singing kind of a 50s doo-wop song as he was dying in my arms, and so that's what I like to do. When I get in front of the camera, I like to improvise. Yeah. And I know how to do that. Not always good, but when you're shooting stuff,
you can do it again.
Okay, let's try it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but they sometimes, but that's what they do in Hollywood. Sometimes they buy you for who and what you are, and then they try to change you.
They try to change you. I was lucky because the 2 national shows I had, they were essentially, dramatic episodics, and I was kind of like the funny character in it, and it was Hawaiian and, whatever. But it was, I remember just going, man, it's like blinders a lot of times. You can't go here, you can't go there. Oh.
Well, us being stand-up comedians, see, we're not used to being restricted in any way. We are the producers, we are the writers, we are the directors, we are the performers. Right. So when you go from that, where you call the shots down to the last, millisecond, you are your own boss. When you get into a situation where it's what I call art through committee, which is any kind of television show. you have to deal with other people, and when you're doing dialogue, you gotta let them know what you're gonna do. So it's a whole different animal.
You know what? But is that why that you gravitated toward producing your own live shows so you could have that control?
Yeah. Well, I after just the 10 of us, I still did comedy clubs, but then comedy kind of ruined itself because there's so many comedy clubs, and what happened was there weren't enough people to actually be the true headliners. Yeah. So there were all these comedians. They started making comedians who weren't really headliners because they either didn't want to pay the price or didn't have real headliners as headliners. Yeah. So the bar dropped. Yeah. and a lot of the people throughout the country and Boise started going in these comedy clubs and going, boy, that guy wasn't that funny. It was right, but and then they started going, okay, well, he's not that funny. We're not going to charge you to get in. Yeah. And so now you got free people coming into comedy clubs with no vested interest in the form of money, and it just kind of degrades down. And then there's some places like Austin here where I live. They've had a comedy club for 30 years. The only one around. It was always full, and it just closed last week because of the COVID thing. Yeah. But comedy clubs, I still do some corporate things. I work in casino, but I produce a show now. I was in Vegas in the 90s, and I was watching all these tribute shows, Cher and Michael Jackson and all these, and I thought, if you can do that with musicians and singers, can you do that with comedians? And so I did this show at the Riviera called The Legends of Comedy, and I found
you produced it.
Yes, I produced it.
Wow!
And it was one of those times in your life, where the little light bulb goes off over your head. Yeah. And I called up Legends in Concert that had the biggest, the Elvis impersonator, the Cher, the thing, and said, hey, because I had a friend of mine that did a great Sam Kinison, and he was great. And I said, how about a Sam Kinison? We don't do comedy, click. And I thought, well, damn, I'll just do my own show. And so I did. I worked and went around and I searched through the world of look-alike. There's a whole world out there called look-alikes. That's people that look like or very similar to famous people. But very often, that's as far as it goes. There's no talent involved in anything. They just have to look like. But with comedy, you have to look like, you have to sound like, you have to act like.
And you have to get laughs.
Tell a funny joke. Right. That's the topper. You have to be able to have that essence of that little magic thing of
boom.
Being
you have
able
to have
get
timing,
laughs. Yes. Yeah. And I met many people. I remember a guy that looked like Tim Allen. Yeah. He looked like him, he sounded like him, but he couldn't tell the joke. He just couldn't tell the joke. He wasn't funny. And same thing with there was a guy who looked like Seinfeld. Yeah. And he came to me, and he couldn't do the voice. And I just said, "Who are those people?" I said, "Just do that. Just go. Who are the?" And he couldn't do it. And he couldn't tell. And he couldn't tell the joke. So
let me ask you, Bill.
Have that.
Hey, Bill. When these guys are they doing the material of the original comic?
Yeah, some of them. Some of them were.
Okay.
Everyone is, as far as the material.
Yeah.
Everybody was different. I like Roseanne. I had a woman that did Roseanne. Yeah. I called and talked to Roseanne, and she said, "I don't care. That's old material. That's nothing I didn't used to do. I'm not a housewife anymore. I'm a famous TV star." And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, thanks." Yeah. And then, Dangerfield. He was just one-liners, and I think he was gone by the time. Jack Benny, the guy I did had a deal with the estate of Jack Benny. A guy that did Red Skelton. He had a deal with the estate of Red Skelton. Everyone was different, but I never got any flack. The only problem that I ever had was with Lucy Arnaz. And once she saw the show, she didn't really, and that really wasn't stand-up. That was, I had a great Lucy and Desi. They sang and dance, and
cute.
But now it was a very expensive show. So now what I do is I produce this show called Robin, the Ultimate Robin Williams Tribute Experience. And I had this guy that worked for me in the Legends of Comedy who did Robin Williams. His name is Roger Kabler. And Roger is a magnificent impressionist. But these are more than impressions. Yeah. An impressionist does an impression for maybe 30 seconds, a minute, Mm-hmm. These are things that you have to look at for, in Roger's case, for 50 minutes. And so it has to be so good that you kind of forget that you're watching an impersonator. It's really a magic show where we're making you think you're seeing something you're not. And so we travel around with this show called the Robin Williams, the Ultimate Robin Williams Tribute Experience. Wow. And we do different shows. We've lost a lot of work this year, but we're slowly getting things back. Yeah. I think I gave you the link, I think, for the website.
Yeah, I got it queued up. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, and he's amazing. The man is amazing.
Well, let's take a look. Yeah. Hold on, let's take a look at that. Hold on. I think I can do it like, bing. Here, can you still hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, God, he looks just like him.
Well, I have people saying, "Oh, you can't use Robin's picture." I go, "That's not Robin. That's a picture. That's Roger Kabler.
Roger Kabler and this is
that. That's what Roger looks like mostly.
Oh, I see. That's him out of character there.
Yeah, and then there's some other pictures down here. You'll scan through those.
Oh, yeah, look, there you go.
There's Robin with the old man character.
Yeah.
Feeding the pigeons in the park. And
wow. Look at that. It did. And so this show is still going now, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still going. We got a show in Kentucky, in Ashland, Kentucky on October 1st.
Wow.
And we do casinos and things like that. And then if you go further down, you can watch the video we have of
further down here. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that. Okay. So can I play this legally?
Yeah.
Let me see what it sounds like here. Hold on. Oh, what happened?
I don't know. Oh, no, that's just the way it is, I think.
Huh? No, can you see it? I can't see it suddenly.
No, I can't see it.
I know. What happened? Wait. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. How you doing? Oh, I'm up already.
Wow, this guy's, it's uncanny.
Yes.
Welcome to the inside of Robin's brain. I'm melting. What a world. Help me. We need more testosterone. Yeah. Oh, Popeye, the sailor. Was me deodorant. Wow.
Wow.
You do fussy. You do Martha Graham.
So this site here is robinexperience.com.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. Hold on here. Let me stop that so we don't hear that. But and it's a full 50-minute show.
Well, there's 50 minutes, and there's an intermission, and then Roger comes out and does all the other impressions that he does. Oh. He does De Niro and Christopher Walken, and he's had a nice career for himself. He was the Zima man. Do you remember that Zima?
No.
The drink, and that was back in like the 80s or something. And then he had a show called Rhythm and Blues. Mm-hmm. It was.
So when you guys,
it was on for about.
Do you guys? I mean, are you involved in this show, or you guys always go out together, or?
No, we don't always go out together. If I can, and the money's good enough, and and it allows for it, then I do. I go out and I'm like the opening act. I go out and do about 10, 15 minutes. Because every comedian could use an opener, right, Andy?
Yeah, of course.
It's never fun just to go out to a cold crowd. You got to have a sacrificial comedian there.
But it's funny how you can tell you're the owner of the show because you go, I'm going to bite the bullet for this one. I know comedy works better with an opening act, and who better than.
But I enjoy it. It's always a good crowd, and I knew Robin. And I helped direct the show. I mean, I knew Robin from the day he came to town.
Yeah.
And we were friends. We weren't great buddies or anything.
Well, you know what?
But
I
worked with him on Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
Him and Jonathan Winters. And it was, but I knew him real well. I watched him for years and years.
How did Robin's death affect that show? Because you were doing it before he died.
Well, we weren't. Well, he was Roger. I'd used on my other shows where he was one of 4 acts, but we didn't do this until about a year after Robin died.
Oh, okay.
And people, some people in the beginning, for about the first 2 years, people were, well, it's too soon. And my answer was always, well, Mr. Arbitrator of what's right and everything, when is it not too soon?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, I still have people go, well, I'm sorry, but it's 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a tribute. It's not meant to do anything other than, you know, I find that people, like with Elvis and some of these great singers and characters and people, they don't, the fans don't want to let go.
Yeah, they do not.
They want to continue, and if they can pay money to go in and have the experience, I mean, I love Elvis still, and I still love a good Elvis show, you know. But it's that experience of being able to go to a live show and still feel as close as you're going to get a reasonable, pretty damn good facsimile of what it's like to attend an Elvis show, and that's what it is with Robin. His fans, some of them never saw him perform live; they only know him from television and movies. And he put on one heck of a show, and that's what this is. This is a recreation of a show that if you went to see Robin Williams back in 1984, that this is what you would see. And Roger does it. It's very tender. There's some high points, low points to it. It's not all drab, and it's a lot of fun. People love it. A lot of people leave crying because it's closure very often.
Yeah, sure. So when when the COVID hit and all this stuff, while we were talking during our little test Skype there, you mentioned that you're moving, was it to Bangkok?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We just talked to a couple people who are, who have moved there. What was it for you?
Well, I've always been, I've always loved Asian cultures. They're just fascinating. To me, and I've told people there, going to Asia, when you live in America, going to Asia is about the closest thing you can get to going to another planet without getting on a rocket ship. And you go to the places, it's just so different. It's just so, and everybody, a wise man once said, don't tell me where you went to school, tell me where you've been.
Wow.
And I feel that when I first went to Asia back about 1989, we went on a cruise ship, and we started in Bangkok. And when I got to Bangkok, I said, wow, this is so, what it is sensory overload. Yeah. The colors, the sounds, the smells, the people, it's just something I just never got over. And so about 10 years ago, for my birthday, my wife, I have a great wife, she said, we have this timeshare that we can share out, trade for. She goes, you could, go back to Thailand. You could hang out in Thailand for a month and celebrate your 55th birthday. And I said, okay. So I went back there, and I noticed how much it had changed. It was really third world back in 1989. But in that 20 years, it had really changed. They had developed a middle class, of which there wasn't before. You were either rich or you were poor, and most of them were poor. They built the BTS, which is the Sky Train. It's gotten very modern, yet unlike Singapore, it's still a lot of funky. You still can get the taste of the third world, or you can get not only the taste of the future, but or the present, but the modernness, but the future. They do a lot of very futuristic things over there that we don't do. Like, I'll give you an example. Listen how cool this is. My son, when he would come home from college, he went to college there, by the way. He decided to study international finance. But when he would come home, they had the VTS, and as you're going up the escalator to go up to catch a train, on the wall there they would have pictures of food sponsored by the supermarket. Milk, broccoli, candy, all these hundreds of pictures of things. You take your phone and you'd scan, just run it across these little like giant icons painted on the wall. Yeah. And when you got to where you were going, where the supermarket was, you get off the train, you'd go over to this window, and they'd have your food ready.
Whoa!
And is already bagged up.
Is it a QR code? A QR code?
Like a QR code, probably.
Oh, I get it.
In the picture of the food.
Yeah.
And so he would just do that. But see, they don't have that over here. Yeah. And Americans, they have this kind of superior thing, like, oh, we're so superior. But in many respects, in Thailand, I just saw a news story the other day where the mayor of Los Angeles is just paid some big company for an app that everybody in LA can have, so that you can scan everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Like you go to this restaurant or this mall, or you scan it as you go in, and then they can keep track of everybody, and who has COVID, and if you were near somebody that had COVID, they'll let you know. And they don't give the information to anybody. It's just and this is Thailand been doing that since June.
I saw. I thought where you were going with that. You scan all the places where you go, and then when you get to where you're going, it's all bagged up for you.
Yeah.
15
but they can
restaurants.
tell you if you've been exposed, if you've been near anybody that has COVID.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of modern stuff. They have, it's just really. I find the people very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to speak a little Thai.
Yeah.
And my son, like I said, he decided he wanted to go to college there. So I bought this condo that was an empty lot when I started to buy it.
Yeah.
And it's near Victory Monument, which is a big roundabout monument thing.
Yeah.
And I just go over there and I just get out and I walk. I lose weight. I drink a lot of water. It's hotter than hell there. Yeah. And so I drink a lot of water, and I eat smaller portions. Most Thai food, if you've ever eaten a lot of Thai food, doesn't require bread or butter. And
potatoes.
Well, you don't have to put butter on pad Thai. And so I always lose weight. And I just like it. So
but you know what? Seeing how you're so into different kinds of food, it must have been, it just come naturally to you to do all the new tastes.
Oh yeah, well I've always liked Thai food. You can't get Thai now. Maybe in Hawaii you can.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I live in Austin, and I came back here. I can't eat Thai food around here anymore.
Yeah, wow.
It's just too westernized.
Yeah,
and I
you
hate
know
that
what?
when they take ethnic food and second guess ethnic people.
Well,
when they wouldn't like that.
When they came up with the California roll, right, and took sushi and put mayonnaise in sushi, people were like, "What?"
Yeah, or
and
Philadelphia cream cheese.
Paul Rodriguez and I went to Mexico, right, and he went to this place and he goes, "This is real Mexican food." There were a lot of vegetables. It was much lighter. It wasn't that Tex-Mex stuff that you get, probably in Austin.
Yeah. Well, but I really and Thailand is not. It's a very multi-ethnic. I mean, they have a lot of expats there. A lot of the Asian countries go there because it's so pleasant. There's a lot of Chinese. Of course, there's Chinese left over from hundreds of years ago that moved to Thailand, that migrated there. So they have an ethnic Chinese Thai culture. They have a lot of European expats, a lot of Brits. They have British pubs. They have Irish pubs, Scottish pubs. There's Russians. There's Italians. There's French. There's Germans. There's a great German restaurant there.
Guess what? I'm pretty sure the secret on Thai is out because you're about the third person that said they're moving there.
Well, and finally I just said my son talked me into buying a condo, and I thought, well, where else would I'm going to go? And it's it's really nice.
How will this affect your work?
Well, I can still produce my show, my Robin Williams show. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a show kind of like what you do out of Hawaii, out of Bangkok.
Oh, that's cool.
And maybe interviewing people and interviewing. There's a few people already. There's one guy who has a show called Retire Cheap Bangkok or Thailand. And he just tells retired people how to go over there and be retired. And there's a lot of specifications and little hoops that you have to jump through. Of course, nobody's getting in right now. So I'm having to go to Cambodia and hang out for about maybe hopefully 3 or 4 months because they're allowing people in, and my son has a business visa. So my wife and I are going to go work for him in Cambodia so he can get us in on a business visa. But even then you have to jump through hoops and take tests and quarantine for 2 weeks. Cambodia is very nice too. Again, these Southeast Asian countries, this is where it's going. They're building stuff. They're building brand new modern stuff. Yeah. Electric vehicles. It's not the backwards place that it used to be. Yeah. Vietnam, I was in Vietnam. Great country, brand new, but it still has the feel. I remember I was there a few years ago in Saigon during Tet, And I don't know if the Tet is. I used to hear about it on the news.
Yeah.
The Tet bombing and all that. But
Tet
it was.
offensive.
It's New Year's for them, and it's quite a celebration. And I was downtown Saigon on this major mall at night on the height of Tet. They were shooting off fireworks and stuff. And I was down there in this mall with thousands of people. And there was a McDonald's over here, and there was a Coach place over here, and a Burger King down here, and a 7-Eleven over here, and all these high-end stores, Tiffany and all this. And I was standing there at the foot of Ho Chi Minh statue, and behind him was the palace. And I thought to myself, how ironic. 50 years makes such a difference. My dad was over here 50 years ago, fighting a war. Yeah. And now here I am on vacation, standing at the foot of Ho Chi Minh statue, watching these thousands of people celebrate something, and it was all, it's such a change. Time really changes things. It's so ironic.
Talk about time changing things. Look at what we're doing. We're talking online, and we've got online shows, and it's the new thing. If you need some help with that show, I've done a few here, and I know a couple things. So
I'm very impressed with your technology, the streaming on different things.
Yeah, it's all off the shelf stuff. It's nothing I came up with, but the bells and whistles part of it is things. But anyway, man, again, I always do this. I tell people a half an hour. We end up talking for 45 minutes. So I want to thank you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But speaking of half an hour, I have a podcast too called the Kirchenbauer Half an Hour.
Oh.
That's at halfanhour.com, HAFFENHAUER, halfanhour.com, the Kirchenbauer halfanhour.com. And I have started this earlier this year, and I just started with my partner and I. We were talking, and then we've been doing a lot of interviews. I've had Bill Engvall on.
Oh, yeah, Bill.
Mark Summers, and lots of great players. I'd like to have you on at some point, too.
Oh, I'm there,
I can
man.
interview you.
Yeah, I love it. The two things that are taking off right now are live streams like what we're doing and podcasts. So, you always got your finger on the pulse, Bill.
I try.
Yeah.
And I consider you a good friend, and you're a very funny man.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
And a professional.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Shh, quiet. We don't want that to get out.
I love you, bro. Take care.
Okay, brother. Aloha, Bill. Appreciate it, man.
Let me come over and wreck it for you.
Well, I think nowadays I would get a ticket.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
Okay, take care, Andy.
I appreciate it, man. Bye now.
Okay, sure, bye.
Uh-oh. Where's the screen? Oh, wait. Bloom here. There we go. Thanks, man. Whew, man. I should be prepared for my friends not being unable to stop talking. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on, I'm a little out of focus there. Oh my goodness. Okay, gang. You know what? That was drinking from the fire hose for sure. So you know what? I'm gonna throw up. This is a Four Turtles here, and this is a song that. Lono just sent me, and the video once again is Kamwela Man. This is in the style of how we used to do it with the beach, but since there was a lot of wind noise on this one, I dropped a song over it. Okay, so let's take a 4-minute break. We'll be right back. Moloka'i Mai Ka'i by Lono. Video by Kamola Man. Hey, Frank, mahalo. Oop, almost missed you. There you go. Thanks, Yubaga. Appreciate it. There we go. All right, let's go back to the chat window and finish up. I got about 10 more minutes left. We can vala all small kind. You know what I want to try to do is see if this, I picked this Moloka'i Mokle'ia video, and I want to see how this looks over for the holo holo. Again, looking for stuff with plenty sky. You see here, so we can do this again. Oh, by the way, again, before we did the interview, I talked about tweaking the sound levels. How was the sound on the, the comparison of me with Bill today? What, better? Because, everyone said that my volume was so much louder than most of the guests. So let me know if you can. Going to the bottom of the chat here. Let's see. Thanks, Andy. Love that song. Oh yeah, thank you, and mahalo for the video. Okay, and let me move this back. Oops, no, that goes there. I'm trying to get this over here and this back over here so I can spacanize the chat more better. And there we go. Okay. Thanks, Andy. Love that song. Hey, sounded good. Oh, thank you, Krista. With the levels, the good level balance. Oh, mahalo, yeah, because I've been sweating that one, small kind, Hey, Andy, the levels definitely seem better. Very satisfactory. Haha, thank you so much. Andy, sound was the kind. And thanks for the holo holo. Yeah, this is Mokle'ia. Heading out there. And again, I'm trying to find videos so we can vala'au and see what the chat has to say. Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. This is a long one. Oh, where that? Me and my friend went down the tide pools on Makapu'u Lighthouse one time. It was the first time I've been there. So unbelievable. Tide pools, deep enough to just cool off. This is not that area. This is on the other side. This is Mokle'ia, closer to North Shore. To the right of where we're going here would be Haleiwa and the North Shore. And if the road I'm going down, if you kept going, you would go to the Makua, Kaena Point. Sorry. Woo. Okay. Whoa. Sounds good. Same level for both. Whew, finally. I had to do that. Your sound was still louder, but much better balanced than before. Well, I don't. I might come in too, but we'll see. Ooh, Kamuela Mana Music Life. That was magic. It looked like I could see the faces in the rocks. Perfect. Yeah, mahalo, Danny. Thank you so much. Loud and clear and balanced. There we go. Hey, enjoyed Bill and his video. Yeah, I mean, that Robin Williams thing, I guess that's what he's into now. It seemed like he was pimping it out plenty, and I don't blame him. I'd love to see that show, Ooh. Hey, Donovan, mahalo for the K right there. Hey, let's see. Yeah, so let's put it way down here so we don't block too much, yeah? Andy, close enough. Hey, you know what? I am happy for that. I will take it. Oh, hey, was freaking good, the levels. Tomorrow, same thing. Yeah, I hope so. I'm not going to touch it. Yeah. Hey, Keola, what? Oh, time for, this is Keola's good night super chat, I think. Mahalo. Hey, and sorry about the language, Keola. It's funny, I have the talk with the guys during the sound check, but I guess they get comfortable and they forget or something, So, yeah, again, to anybody and the parents, and you see me, I had to jump in. I kind of let them let go the S words, but when the F-bomb dropped, woo, And it's funny because I don't know if you remember, but Amy Hill did that one time. Yeah, she dropped an F-bomb, and I think it's because they get comfortable you know, and they think it's like us talking on the, you know, in the garage or something. So again, they call them my, oh, mahalo. Hey, Allah, I, Allah, that's from Dewey right there. A tribute to the Weber performer. Keolapi, mahalo, good night, sweet dreams. Yep. Okay. Oh, blocking the road. Nani aloha. Hey, Opa Aomoto, mahalo and good night, Keolapi. Oops, there's some right there. Okay, thanks, Uncle. Don't worry about it. Well, I do worry about it, you know. And it's not just for you, you know. I mean, you are included, of course, but, you know, you never know who's watching. And it could slowly evolve and get worse and worse, you know. Andy, oh, you gonna play the hot shot video? I could, but you know, we played it today, and it's the same video from. I could play that. You guys want to hear this? I did a. In fact, today I talked about doing the Twitch kind of tech videos, and one of the things I was thinking about saying is, you know, going, hey, here's the versions of these videos as I'm editing them, because sometimes I edit it and I go, hey, you know what, maybe another song would be better, and I recut it till finally I settle on something. But one of the versions had a song by Kenny Roberts that Lono produced. In fact, I think he did backup vocals on the song. It's called Hot Shot. But again, I played it today at 10. I'll play it now if you guys want to see it. Let me know in the chat if you want to. Oh, yes, play them, Andy. Oh, yeah, I'm so much older. I don't like the F-bomb either. Mahalo. And yeah, I know Nanette. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Hot Shot video. Okay. Oh, sweet dreams to you. That I'm guessing that's for Keola P there. Okay. Yeah, I would like to see it, please. Okay. If we get one more affirmative, we're gonna do them. And by the way, hit the like button if you guys can, please. You know, for anti-lytics. Oh, there's Biomoto. Play it. Yes, please. Would love to see the Hot Shot video. Okay. So then, let's see. I have it right here. Then you know what? I have to go to here. Sorry, Mokali'ia. And then I'm going to turn off the music because I'm going to get music. Then I got to go back to here. See? Oh, play them. Okay. Hey. Oh, speaking of Kenny Roberts, there he is right now saying hi to Lono. Okay, here we go. This is a same video as yesterday, different song.
Easy bullet. You know that hard shot. Easy bullet. You're taking off on a 6-foot face. Suddenly somebody come and snakes your way. You pull back in the nick of time, head over heels, over the falls, the bugger and grind. That's hard shot, easy bullet. 'Cause you know that hard shot, easy bullet. I scored a gig on a Thursday night. Felt relief because the timing was just right. 2 hours passed, we bowed down, yeah. Played for free, no more money. What's up with that man? That's hard shot, easy bullet. You know that hard shot, easy bullet. As you know, 'cause when you're feeling low, me, bullet. Hard shot, easy, easy, bullet. Power now work, now it's party time. Friday night down the beach, everybody's feeling fine. Like all good things must come to an end, yeah. You wake up, your head aches, you don't learn. Well, let's do it again. That's a hard shot, easy, easy bullet. 'Cause you know that hard shot, easy, easy bullet. 'Cause you know that when you're feeling low, when you're feeling low, don't know where to turn or which way to go. Do it right from the start, from the very start, and you're a victim of a hard shot. Sing it with me. Everybody's coming down to the play. He's playing island music every night and day. Sing it with me. Everybody listen, Kenny Roberts play. He's playing island music down in South Key. Everybody's coming down to the play. He's playing island music every night and day. Everybody listen, Kenny Roberts play. He's playing island music down in South Key. But everybody's coming down to hear him play. He's playing island music every night and day. Everybody's listen, Kenny Roberts play. He's playing island music down in South Key. Hard shot, easy bullet, you know.
Hey, hey, there you go. Oh, Mama, thanks, Oh, hold on, beep, boop. Oh, thanks, Yes, you know it's funny, you guys. Yeah, that was Kenny Roberts and Lono. You know, Kenny was the main singer there. Lono was in the background, but he produced the song also. So anyway, yeah, okay. And someone was asking, can you post this to the Facebook page? I'll tell you what, I'll put it in the group. Okay, you know, because this is more. Anyway, I won't get into where my head was at with it. But I loved the song, and I tried to use it, and I went, you know, for a relaxing intermission video, the other songs seemed better. So, but you know, you never know. Hey, aloha Smitty, thanks, ooh, right there. Oh, appreciate it, brother. How are you? Okay, gang, so that's our show for today. Is it just me, or did they sound like old school CNK? Someone said they sounded like Kalapana or whatever, but you know, they have those influences, both Kenny and Lono, and that's what I especially like about Lono. He has one foot into the classic musical style, as does Kenny, but Kenny leans more toward, you know, the modern singers, you know. But I've worked a lot with Kenny on Maui. We do benefits and stuff together, and you know, it's always, hey, you guys can come up. So I've been his opening act many times. And happy to do it. Hey, awesome, brother Andy. Oh, thank you. There's Kenny right there. Kenny in Kihei. I finally know how to say his avatar name there. Ooh, yes, Hamajang Group. Okay, mahalo. I'll do that after we pow here, which happens right now. Okay, guys? So let's play the song, and then we'll call it a night. And thank you for watching. A special thanks to my friend Bill Kirchenbauer. Can't wait till he gets his online show going. And, you know, look forward to being on your podcast if you're watching, Bill. Okay, mahalo. So here we go. The ending song. To Paranomo my ukulele, right? 7, 6, 5.
Hey, how's it, and welcome to the Daily Pidgin Show. It's the place to be, to let the pigeon flow. The Daily Pigeon Show with Andy Bumatay. Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna see if this thing actually works. I'm not sure I did it right, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll spockanize you tomorrow. Aloha, Hammer Gang.